Hello and welcome back. I've been sort of under the weather for the last 8 weeks or at least with my eye. It is slowly getting better, and emphasis on slowly there. I've had a couple of injections in the eye, etc., but it's still not all that fantastic. So I'm battling on. But I have been sort of racing through quite a few radios last probably 10, 14 days. This is one of them. It's really, really filthy. It's not, it's been in a kitchen or something like that. So it's got a coating of grease, and then on top of that, it's got a coating of dust. So it's been really hard to clean up, but yeah, it's gone pretty smoothly actually. It did work, as you'll see, to start with, but it now works really quite well. One of the tuning IF cans is a bit strange. I've had to wind it right out of the canister, if you like to call it that, or the can. I'm not sure what's going on there. There's also a bit of crackling and loose, well, it sounds like a loose wire, but I suspect it's a resistor going, or the 6M5. I go through a lot of 6M5s here, and I don't have any at the fresh ones at the moment. Other than that, we'll get straight into it. Oh yes, I found these while I was cleaning up some old boxes which haven't been opened probably since the late 1970s. So these are probably quite rare now. For anyone of a certain age, there was the Tarak show on Channel 9, I think it was Saturday mornings. I arrived in Australia just towards the end of it, and then the Daryl Summers Hey It's Saturday era was on. So yes, so that's quite a Melbourne thing. Quite interesting.
Very ugly fold.
Howdy doody girls and boys. Watching the Tarrant Show each night on Channel 9. Now give a welcome and tap, tap, tap for Uncle Norman. Tap, tap, tap.
And I've forgotten the first item. Where's Gay?
Okay, so as you can see, this is the HMV 4271, and it's quite a large radio, but it's got the broadcast bands or the medium wave bands. Then it's got three shortwave bands and a gram input. So it is quite an upmarket model. Unfortunately, the top of the case is not all that fantastic. It's obviously weathered quite a bit. It doesn't have its original knobs on, I'm pretty sure. They wouldn't have had these knobs, although these are not too bad. They could have been worse, but yeah. So I'll have to try and find some real knobs for this. I think it works from memory, so we'll just try turning it on. We'll bring it up so it's 80 volts. Assume it's on. No, it's not. So we're on 80 volts. No sign of anything. Is this? Yep, it's plugged in. Oh yes, there is a dial lamp over this side. And bring it up to 200. You can hear it humming and clicking away. It's making a noise. So 230. No tuning. Pretty dodgy switch there. This will be special, normal, base 1, base 2. So let's put an aerial on it. Here's our aerial. Is this screw or push? It's push. Awkward. That's loud. Yeah, so we've got no tuning on it. But we do have reception. Okay, so I'm going to take it out the case and I'll be back. Now the first thing I've done is remove the glass, and it's in pretty good condition. It's only held on with a couple of little tiny clips, so I'm going to put this away safely. Put it down there temporarily. I've got the radio on my lap, so I'll bring this up. It's quite a bit of a beast, this. Although not as bad as some of the Philips jobs. Okay. So, what do we have? We have a 6AN7. Not sure what this one is. It's a... okay. What have we got next? We've got a... something or other. And again, these pins are very burnt. It just won't go in. There we go. And this is probably a 6M5, is it? I can't tell, but yeah, it's probably a 6M5. Again, the pins are very black. And probably a 6X4 or something like that. I'll have to look on a schematic. We've got this, obviously broken. Looks like quite a complicated setup actually. Might have to take this front panel off. In fact I will, I don't know where the other pulley is. So yeah. Oh, we've got a couple down here. I've got one, yeah, that's alright. But I'll have to take this off to restring it. It's got a beautiful big speaker in it. Plastic grill on the front. In a wooden cabinet, this would have been a great radio. I'm not sure about this grill. It's going to sound a bit funny. Okay, we'll bring this up on its side. And okay. Don't know whether you can see all that. I'll bring the camera up a little bit. Might be able to make a couple of coils up the top here. It's got 3 electrolytics filter caps in it. It doesn't have all that many paper caps, surprisingly. Let's have a look. So we've got one there, that's pretty burnt. That one, and that one up in there. So only 4 paper caps and 3 electrolytics. Very simple. Oh no, there's another one down there. So that's 5 paper caps and 3 electrolytics. Very simple thing. Although that is all pretty complicated. Now the power cord is as dodgy as. So this will have to be changed. There's a shield there. Is that? Yeah. So it's going to the switch, which is right down in there. So that's going to be impossible to get to. I'll definitely have to take this this speaker assembly off, I think, and the back plate of the tuning dial. I'm not yeah, they're original. So this is going to be another quick one by the looks of it. Although some of the desoldering is going to be a little bit tricky, especially up in there and on here, but that's nothing really. I just have to make sure I put the terminals back in the right spot. Okay, so let's have a look at the values. This is probably a 24. Yep, so 3 24s. So we'll start on that, and this one, mystery one down here. That is really crusty on the end, so that's all leaked out. And there's actually not too many resistors in here either. So we'll check all those and see if they're in spec. We'll have to, and we'll remove some of this muck. So yeah.
Hello. I wonder if you'd mind having a look right now to see if you have a current radio and TV license, Oh, don't worry. You go ahead. I'll keep an eye on the telly. I'll let you know if anything happens while you're away. Oh, you're back. Any luck? Oh, that's good. So comforting, because there could be a knock at your door at any time. And if you didn't happen to have a current radio and TV license, you could be up for a very heavy fine. So embarrassing. Anyway, now you can get back to your telly viewing with a clear conscience. Or can you?
Okay, down here we have a 0.056 capacitor, and on the schematic, I'll put this up on the screen for you, but here there's a 0.05. So I'm not sure whether they changed that later on or something like that. It's a UCC capacitor, and some of them are, these main filter caps here are UCC. That's This one is in fact, all the others are Ducon ones. So I think that has been replaced at some stage, although it doesn't look like it. There's no marking on the actual solder joints like some other companies did, but it is the same colour as the other solder joints. So I'm going to risk putting a 0.47 in. I've only got these ones at the moment. These are actually 0.47s, not 0.056, which is a pity. But we'll see how we go. These are only 100 volt, these ones. But they seem to be all right in the lower voltage areas.
At last, an orange drink good enough to earn the black label. New Tarax Black Label Orange. It's irresistibly orange. Just as you can tell a good lover by the aftershave he wears, you can tell a good orange drink by its Use Black Label Orange as a mixer, or drink it naked.
Now we have it working, but it's only pulling, 137, and it's falling. Very, very slowly, but it is falling. So I'm going to replace all the other capacitors, or the other two main electrolytics at least, and we'll see how we go from there. Well, this radio is, it's battling all the way to the end. As you can see, if I bring you over to the other camera, I think that's the right one. Yep. I have started to clean up the chassis somewhat, but it's got, no, it's not rust, it's just dirt. No, it is rust. So it's had some water or something dripped on it there. But otherwise, the aluminium is quite okay. It's not going to clean up like over here, but it is going to clean up a bit better than this. I have blown it off outside in the garage, and yeah, so this dial cord is attached. I don't know whether you can see down there. If you look at the dust on the cord down here. So that is okay. But the other dial cord, wherever it's fallen, so this one needs to be attached, and this one goes around the shaft here, which I had to really clean up. In fact, it's still not clean. Muck on it, but it was held in place by this. It was just sitting down in there, but it was all loose. So this needed tightening up. So I don't know whether to put this back on or not. I don't think it's original. The next step is I've also given the front a bit of a scrub. So that's looking very nice. Cleaned up the speaker as best I can in the rough time. But this is taking a very long time to put back together again. So I'm going to continue on with it.
Now, FSI, it's 5, 3, 13 and right away, striking for the favourite. Way drives forward down to the pegs and leads by 12 metres from the far side and my 2E.
Yes, there still seems to be an issue with something cutting in and out partially, and I can't trace it. But it's all back together again. It is quite a handsome radio in many ways, but it's quite large, too big for my collection anyway. So it'll go up for sale. I'll probably whack a Bluetooth module into it because it does sound like it's going to be a very good sounding radio. Now, the other issue I had with it was the second IF can, and I had to really wind it right out, the top one, really wind it right out, and it was still improving as it was coming out of the can, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and I'll be back again next week. Bye.